Thanks for waiting for me. Thank you very much. I had a German chancellor.
Okay.
Meeting with her. Thank you very much. Look, it's okay. Thank you.
Some coffee, some water.
You know, with all this coffee and water here,
Thank you. That's enough.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this press conference following the intervention of President Schulz to the European Council.
European trade policy could contribute a lot worldwide, as for example ILO standards in Canada now. It is a question of definition. If you have mixed agreements, if the same member states who transfer the responsibility for trade on the European Union, what they did in the Lisbon Treaty, and define then with the mandates they give to the Commission to negotiate, that these are mixed agreements, they are creating the problems as we have. But this is democracy. So I can't criticize. This is in full sovereignty. We are, I repeat it, a union of sovereign countries and not a federal state. I know that in some countries, especially in one country now leaving the European Union, the presentation is completely different. But the newspapers who present this are also in other items not always very precise. My feeling is that there is not a unanimity for further sanctions against Russia, but we will see. But my impression is not other additional sanctions. But there is also no chance for lifting sanctions. I found the proposal of François Hollande very clear. That those who are responsible for war crimes or crimes against humanity should not escape from their responsibility, and no guarantee for impunity. This is a far-reaching announcement of a French president. I must repeat, we are in morally a very difficult situation. We see what happens. We see the military escalation, and we see limited instruments to go against it. And the strategy of wishful thinking is never useful. Russia is there. They are there with armed forces, and that's a strong armed force. And we are speaking about war. And always when military escalations are on the table, my personal view is that the best way to solve these problems is to check where are common interests. Ich will nochmal auf einen Umstand hinweisen, auf den ich auch eben im Rat hingewiesen habe. Wenn wir, sagen wir mal, im Februar Artikel 50 in Kraft setzen und wir haben eine 2-Jahresfrist, dann wird das Ratifizierungsverfahren im Europäischen Parlament mitten im nächsten Europawahlkampf stattfinden. Ich glaube, dass es nicht gut ist zu unterschätzen, dass Wahlkämpfe ihre eigene Dynamik entwickeln. Deshalb wären wir gut beraten, nicht nur aus diesem Grund, aus vielen anderen Gründen, die Debatte um das Austrittsprozedere so schnell wie möglich zu beginnen. Dazu gehört, dass Artikel 50 des EU-Vertrages aktiviert wird. Nun ist ja heute, wie gesagt, angekündigt worden, heute wurde angekündigt, wann der Artikel 50 aktiviert werden soll. Dazu gehört vielleicht noch einmal die Erkenntnis, dass die Ankündigung nicht die Aktivierung ist. Wenn man heute ankündigt, wir wollen zu einem bestimmten Zeitpunkt Artikel 50 aktivieren, ist nicht der Artikel 50 aktiviert. Die Ankündigung ist nicht die Aktivierung. Ich sage das deshalb, weil niemand es missverstehen sollte. Wenn heute Frau May sagt, ich kündige an, wann, heißt das nicht, dass ab jetzt verhandelt werden kann. Es bleibt beim Grundsatz, no negotiation without notification. There is no, I mean, in my eyes, no room for additional sanctions. You need unanimity. There is also no room of maneuver for lifting the sanctions. I find this correct, because as long as the Minsk agreement is not entirely applied, we should not lift the sanctions. On which is concerning Syria, we should not discuss about sanctions. We should discuss about how, after the Normandy format of yesterday, we could deepen the common interests, because as more we deepen common interests and we define common interests as a higher goal than conflict, we can reduce the confrontation. That's what I expect from today's meeting here. But we should not underestimate the Russian position is also to destabilize the European Union from inside. The rest, especially right-wing extremist parties in the European Union, sitting in the European Parliament, are financed by Russia. And that concept of right-wing extremists, that our modern, open-minded, heterogeneous society is a decadent, declining society of Western style, and that the Russian model of guided democracy, which is in reality nothing than authority by a strong leader, should be the alternative model. Some of the parties, like party of Ms. Le Pen, and even in my country, the AfD or other parties, are attracted by it. We should not hide that these propagandists of Putinism are also financed by Russia. And therefore, we have to fight against that philosophy. But the Russian Federation is a sovereign country. That happens on the level of international diplomacy. But the political fight within the European Union is a fight of those who want to defend our model of society and democracy against those who want to destroy it from inside.